Okay. Thanks for tuning in to Kairos. I'm Dimitri.
I'm Kiera. Okay. I can introduce myself. Let's do that again.
If you haven't noticed, this is our first time doing this at all. It's my first time doing it by myself or with anyone. I believe it's yours too. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of.
I do have good acting skills, so Hollywood, you know.
Let's do the intro again.
Thank you for watching Kairos-TV. I'm your host, Dimitri.
I'm Kiera.
Okay, so what we want to get out of this, what we're doing, this vlog that we're going to do every so often, it's not going to be set days or anything. We're just going to speak on different topics, give spiritual insight, and, you know, just going by the word. Not everything will be about Bible stories or anything.
Current events and our opinions about it and where God may fit into that.
Stuff we deal with on a daily basis. But you're not always going to see our two faces. Sometimes we're going to have other people on the show, friends,
family,
special guests, family, whatever.
A celebrity,
co-worker. I don't know about celebrities because
maybe
my pockets are kind of thin. But yeah, what we want you to do is just get something out of what we talk about. If you have a question, put a question under the video. If you have a comment. If you have a topic that you would like us to discuss,
we're so open right now.
Open to anything. Wide open, because, like I said, this is our first thing, and it was just something that we felt like it was needed.
And we want to engage our viewers. This is really about you guys. Right. We want to put out things that you want to hear, things that you want to know about, questions that you have, advice that you want to hear, any kind of issues, or just, you know, topics in general. This is for you guys.
Yeah, but since this is our first video and you haven't given us any topics, what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about Convocation and what we got out of it. So we should, I guess, explain what that is first.
Yeah, you should explain what that is.
Alright, so we go to a church called United Full Gospel Revival Center. And we have a convocation every year where all of our churches in our ministry get together. And it's just like a series of services. Different speakers come in and talk about, you know, different things. And our theme this year was Daniel chapter
11
verse 32. And it was about exploiting the kingdom. And what does that mean?
If you read the back end of that scripture, this was Daniel speaking
in
Daniel, and he was saying that those who know God, you know, not just believe in God, you have to actually know God. That's when it becomes real. But when you know God and you are strong, you will do great exploits. And, you know, that's the great exploits. It's basically the Great Commission. It's what we're called to do.
Can I read it?
Go ahead.
Okay. I guess, should I start at the B part? The last
No, you
part?
can read
the whole thing? Okay, Daniel 11, chapter 11, verse 32 is, the northern king will use lies and smooth talking to trick those who quit following the holy agreement, so they will sin even worse. I'm reading the easy-to-read version, too, by the way. But anyway, our theme, this part is, but those who know God and obey Him will be strong. They will fight back. So, doing great exploits, I guess, in layman's terms, means fighting back, taking, excuse me, charge. So, what did you get out of it?
Out of Convocation?
Yeah.
Well, you see, I had to work during all the morning sessions. Oh, forgot to mention this. Convocation is a 4-day thing, Thursday through Sunday. It's a Women's Day, a Men's Day, a Youth Day, and then the last day, which is the Sunday, is when our overseer, Apostle Olivia Darling Sharp, she brings everything together dealing with all three groups, and it's very elevating. But I'm kind of still on the high from it. But the main thing I got out of it in Bible study, Apostle Dallas, came and brought everything full circle again, and I like how we focused on what was the pastor's name that preached Friday? Pastor Clark.
Yes.
And what he said in part of his message was, if you walk with the limp, walk strong. And the way I took that at first was, there's many ways you can take it, and all of them aren't wrong. But the way I took it when he first said it was, don't let the things you've done in the past, or something that can make you feel like you're not worthy enough or good enough to do these great exploits. Don't let it hold you back from doing what God needs you and wants you to do. Let it be part of your testimony. Like, yeah. So, but yeah, when Apostle Dallas brought it back Wednesday night, and we broke it down some more, I got even more out of it. Like, as far as the limp being something that can hold you back, or a hindrance. And it's not just a hindrance of like you moving on further in God, but it's also, you have to look at the big picture, and what you're not doing is being, what's the word I'm looking for? It's being left void. And that whole area that God has assigned you to is not moving forward. So it's not only just you, it's that big picture. But it's like he brought up the example of Moses, who had the stuttering problem. And if Moses would have allowed that stuttering problem to hinder him from not doing what God told him to do, the Israelites wouldn't have been freed from Egypt. So yeah, I love that. And I was really strengthened from all of the messages that I've heard that I did here. I didn't get to go to all of them because I had to work all the days except Sunday. But it was very blessed. It was very, very blessed.
It was. What I got out of it was when Apostle Sharp on Sunday, when she was talking, I pulled a lot out of her message, and what I pulled out of that was mostly just about sacrifice, like in order to do like great exploits in the kingdom, fighting for the cause of Christ. It takes sacrifice to do ministry. It really does. You can't minister unless you like truly just like sacrifice.
You have to.
You have to in order to do ministry. Like, you have to sacrifice. It's like the same
when you give your life to Christ.
I mean, once you sacrifice your life, once you get saved, like, your life is no longer your own anyway. Instead of just, like, waiting for someone to, like, pick you out to do something, as far as, like, it could be something as cleaning the church, or it could be something as, doing street ministry, right, or teaching the kids something, just doing anything for the church or in ministry in general. Like, it takes sacrifice and a willingness, a heart to really do for Christ, for the Great Commission, which is just to spread the good news, the gospel of Christ, to all men, to all nations. So, yeah, what I got out of it is just making sure you have the heart to, put your feelings aside, put whatever you want to do aside, and just do what you know is the right thing to do. The funny thing is like, after Convocation, I found myself sacrificing a lot of things.
It's usually how it happens.
It's usually how it happens is it's like God gives you a word, right, and then he gives you a test to see if you can, do what you were taught.
I wouldn't say God gives the test, but
you don't think so?
I would put it like this. I'm not saying you're wrong. This is how I see it. I see it as, we know, those of us who are watching, who believe God is omniscient. He knows all, he sees all, whatever. He knows what's going to come. So when the word comes from someone who's hearing from God, it's preparing you for what's going to come. Because God knows, okay, the enemy is getting ready to throw this at you, so I'm going to give you this word before he does it so you can prepare yourself.
Now I think about that way. It could be that too.
Because the devil is the prince of the air, and what goes in the world, he controls. And that's why you see all of the terrible things that are happening on this earth. So, when the devil says, I'm going after you, God says, here's this word before he can get you. Get ready. Warning comes before destruction. That's in the Bible.
But yeah, like right after Convocation, I was equipped to handle the little troubles that come my way. But overall, I'm just truly blessed by everything that I've experienced during the Convocation weekend. And yeah.
This is kind of off topic from the Convocation, but I'm going to give y'all a little background information about myself. I'm kind of going in reverse now because we went into the topic. Now I'm going back to biographies. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself. My name is Dimitri. I was born in North Carolina, moved to Louisiana when I was 3, lived there for 10 years, moved to Virginia, which is where I am now. I got saved originally. Kind of. I got saved originally when I was 6. And of course, I did not keep my my covenant with God. Backslid a couple of times. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I've gotten it all together, and I've been straight with God for a while now. But the thing that keeps me going, the reason that I believe God, I feel like there's no other reason that I should be here. Like, I've always felt like I had a purpose, and even God, I heard God's voice when I was 5, and he told me I would be a pastor, and I've had people to come to me and even to my parents that God showed them things, and they didn't even know me, but God showed them things about me that confirmed what God told me even at such a young age. And it's just that, and seeing how God worked in my life, and just seeing what's going on with the world and how it follows Bible prophecy. Is just, you believe that there is a higher power out there. And I feel like if say, for example, some people believe there's no God. If there was no God, why are we here? What's the purpose of living? These are my questions. Okay, I'm here. I'm just gonna be born, live, and die. Boom, whatever. I feel like there's nothing comes out of that. There's something way deeper that we're not looking at, and that's one reason why I believe God. And I've seen the power of God work through other people, miracles. Sunday there was a miracle performed on the last day of the Convocation where a woman whose leg was going to be amputated because that part of her leg had died. She got up out of her wheelchair and began to praise the Lord, and she was healed. And that was amazing because, they say miracles are for the unbelievers, but sometimes as believers, things get so routine. And when you see a miracle like that happen, it fires you up again. It's like, yes.
It's like a reminder.
Yes, it's like a reminder of who God is. So I was glad to have him because it really elevated the atmosphere. But yeah, God is my motor. One thing I have, if I have nothing else, I have a big heart. And when I look at other people in my life, like my mother has a big heart too. My dad, he's a loving person. Even my brother's a loving person. But I feel like the kind of heart that I have, and like the things that people have done to me, and I still love them and all of that. I feel like that kind of love, and sometimes I don't even understand why I do it, but I understand that God made me this way. He made me a loving person, and that is my most powerful gift. And it's good because in the 1 Corinthians 13, when it names all the gifts, and then it says, but without love, these are nothing.
Right.
It all makes sense. So thank God for that. I think I'm done with my bio.
Okay. So, again, my name is Kiera, and I'm 22, and when I first gave my life to Christ, I remember I was going to church, and I don't remember exactly how old I was. I'm really bad with that, but I was really young. I was like little. My pastor pulled me aside. It wasn't at the same church that I'm going to now. And he was like, "Are you saved?" And then he pulled out the scripture of John 3:16, and I read it. And he was like, which is, if God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And he said, "Do you believe this?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Then you're saved." I didn't really know what was going on. I just did it because I thought it was right. And then, as I grew up and really started to make my own decisions and stuff, I've fallen short, of course. And I rededicated my life when I was 14 I'm really bad at ages. I was at a retreat for this group called the Elect Ladies. It was a bunch of teenage girls, and we went to Williamsburg, and I remember we all sat in a circle, and we were just talking, and then it turned into a deeper conversation about Christ, and Miss Raquel actually, she was like, if any of you want to rededicate your lives back to Christ, or get saved, or ask for forgiveness, or anything like that, then I wanted to rededicate my life. So that's what I did, and that's when I really first got to know Christ. But I didn't start it as the perfect Christian. When you get saved, it doesn't, your heart does change, but you're still human, so things develop and they grow and stuff. And even though I love Christ, even though I loved him at that time, it took me a while to really come into a full understanding of everything. Everybody is different. For some people, it's almost instant. For some people, it takes a little time. For me, it took a little time because I'm a very logical thinker. I don't really just take things as they are. Sometimes I overthink things sometimes, and if it just does not compute, then it's just hard for me to really get into it. And for a while, I started to control my life, on my own instead of letting God do it. And that got me into a lot of trouble, but that's for another video. But anyway, long story short, I started growing and just really coming to a full understanding of how Christ works and who he is to me, and why I chose to believe in him. And why I chose to believe in him is because I've just seen so many things that he has done in my life personally and in others. The miracles he's worked, the love that he has for me. Just thinking about the fact that, Jesus died. He was beaten. He was judged and persecuted for crimes he did not commit. But he decided to take all of an entire world's worth of sins upon his shoulders on that cross, just for the chance that somebody, even if it's just one person, will come to heaven.
Yeah.
That's love.
Isaiah 53:5.
That's true. That's unconditional love. That's one of the reasons why I'm just so dedicated to him. Not because of, like, you know, what he can do for me. Not like,
right. He's not Santa Claus.
Right. It's not really that. Even though he blesses me. I mean, but it's not all about that. It's just where my heart is for him. And, you know, he's done that for me. I owe my life to him. It's a load off my shoulders, actually, to stop taking control over my own life and to just give it to Christ. When I'm going through a situation that's troublesome, I just give it to him. And then I'm peaceful, and he works it out for me, because I realize that once you give your life to Christ and your life is not your own, why are you still worried about little struggles down here anyway? Like, your main focus once you get saved is just the Great Commission. Save others. You get saved and you pass it on to others. And that's what you're here to do, because this earthly home, and I may be getting a little deep for the new viewers, but like, this earthly home right here, this is just like a temporary dwelling place. And we're not going to be here. Everything that we deal with down here is not, you know, it's not going to last forever. What we're doing as Christians, what we're doing is setting ourselves up for things that will last forever. Doing kingdom work. Once I really got that concept, I understood that, you know, little stressful things that may happen at home or in school. I'm a college student, and that's a lot of stress. Or, you know, at my job or with friends and family. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It can be, but once I give it to Christ and just let him work things out instead of me stressing about it, because I have other things to do, other more important things to do, then life just becomes a little easier. I've learned to, it's a blessing to know that I don't have to control everything, because that's my personality. I have to control it. But with Christ, I can't do that. And it's actually been a blessing. So that's why I love him so much. I love to talk about him, share him with my friends, and just let them know the goodness of God, and how he can change their lives too. Everybody's different. He may not touch your life the same way that he touched mine, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be great.
Really just hope we reach you in some kind of way. We hope that we're able to keep your attention. There's going to be some funnies, okay? Because I'm a funny dude, okay?
Yeah, this video was a little deep for the first one, but hey.
Yeah.
It's real.
You know, since this is our first video, I'm just going to lay out a couple of things that we're going to have in the future. Some things we're going to be talking about, of course, the basis, salvation.
And what that is.
What it is, how to stay saved, how to be strong, and then we'll elevate on the higher things. Something some people have a hard time understanding is like the spiritual realm. Especially, it's especially hard to apply it daily, like to everything that's going on throughout your day. Somebody makes you upset, and you can't get mad at them, because you have to realize it's not them, but it's a demon controlling them. Ooh, can I punch the demon? No, you can't, because the demon will just be happy that you hit the person, and now they're even more upset at you, and then their family's upset at you, and you just got more people upset. It's so spiritual. You have to understand that everything that you see naturally is everything that happens spiritually is manifested naturally. So, you know, everyone's had a time where seems like someone was mad at them for no reason. It was a spirit. What other things were we talking about?
T-shirts.
Oh yeah, along with my girlfriend Ayana Phillips, who I'm going to marry, of course.
She's so cute. We have to bring her on the show.
She's going to be on the show one day. Me and her, along with my friend who just became a part of the team. His name is Mike Hall. He's been my friend since like 10th grade in high school, and now he's in school with me at Norfolk State University. My boys, my brother. Us three have a apparel line. It's a faith-based line, inspired by Jesus. A couple who love Jesus, because it was initially started by me and Ayana. Right now we just have one shirt because we just started. The name of it is Wear Your Witness Apparel. I don't know if I said that already.
No.
But we have the one shirt that we do have is called 33 Love Tees, and I'm gonna put the link to it at the bottom of this. We don't have a website yet because, like I said, we just started, but there's a link to where you can buy the shirts if you want one, and what it represents before you go look at it, because you might look at it and be confused. Like some people have understood it, some have looked like what, and then I've had my supervisor's daughter today say it looks like a butterfly. but I'm glad that we're all different, because I like symbolism in my designs. Ayana, she's more direct, and Mike, it's kind of a mix of both. He's a creative dude, but we're still working on their things now. Mine was just first because it was an idea I had for a long time, and the design was done before the t-shirt idea was even brought up. But what it is it represents like the meaning of true love, which Kiera was talking about a few minutes ago, where Jesus took on all of our sins and died for us, and that's what the meaning of true love is, for somebody to give their life for the crimes, the sins, transgressions that we created, and for him to be spit on and lashed and beat and have to carry a cross and be nailed to it like that. That just represents love. And if you look at the timeline of the Bible, Jesus was born 4 BC and died 29 AD. So 33 years old. So that's why it's 33 Love Tees. And if you look at it, it is a 33, but the way that I designed it, the first 3 is backwards, so it's like a mirror image, and if you look at the bottom part of the 3, it makes a heart. My coworker's daughter, she looked at the whole thing and said it looked like a butterfly, but whatever, however you want to see it. But then in the background there's the cross, and at the top it says 33, the age of man died and showed the meaning of true love, Isaiah 53:5, which I said earlier. So I'm going to post a link to that at the bottom of this video. You don't have to buy one. You could if you want. But just tell me what you think about it. Even if you have some ideas, throw them at me. I'll consider it, speak it over with Ayana and Mike, and, we'll do something for you. And also, you do buy a shirt, send me some pictures. You can do it through Instagram or my personal email, which I'll give out. I don't give out my business email except to other business people. Sorry. But send me pictures of you in your shirt. I post them on the website when we do make it. I put it on the show, and I put it on my Instagram page. Shout you out, get you some more followers, because I know that's what it's about. We get paid when we get followers. Psych. But yeah, so yeah, we doing big things out here. What you got going on, Kate?
I was trying to think. I am starting up a channel for us naturals out there. My channel is actually Product Junkie. That's Junkee, a play on my nickname. And you can go find that. You can go find that, but I'm just going to be talking about, stuff like that, mostly about like the different products that are out there for us. Because a lot of people, when they start going natural, they're like, I don't know what to use. So that's what it's going to be about, just products mostly. And then, you know, other things, other reviews, maybe a couple tutorials, and we'll figure out some other stuff along the way. But yeah, that's a new channel. And other than that, that's, I mean, what I got going on.
I also make music. Well, I make beats.
He does everything.
I don't do everything. I just like music and art. And I love Jesus. I love Jesus.
What is SoundCloud account?
Yeah, I'll post the link to my SoundCloud too, just for this video. I won't do it no more after this because it'll get annoying. But I do poems. I make beats. And I rap, but not professionally. It doesn't sound professional. I record in my car and then I do some editing. Some people think it sounds professional. I know what professional sounds like, and it doesn't. But
you might find me on his tracks too.
Yeah, she sings. She be killing the game. Yeah, like, but anyway, yeah, I'll post a link to that. Tell me what you think about those. Also has some tracks that I do with other artists, and I listen to a lot of gospel rap. People you've never heard of before. Like, it seems like seems like people just know 116 now, and a lot of people know about Humble Beast too, but there's a lot of underground Christian rap artists who are amazing. Like, Jay Givens, he just got signed to Humble Beast, but a lot of people didn't know about Jay Givens before. Jay Givens is like he's in my top 5 artists, period, like every genre. But I'm going to be posting, well, like I say posted, like at the end of the video, I'll play a song or a snippet of a song from, a different artist. And sometimes I might, bust a freestyle for y'all, man. Yeah, I got some stuff stored in here, and just, close out the video, I might, just spit something for y'all, and just tell me how you like it. I mean, it's all, towards the kingdom of God. It's all ministry. That's what I do it for, and I just want the message to get out there. So when you listen to my stuff, really listen to what I'm saying, or if it's another artist, listen to what they're saying, because I love meaning. I love music with meaning. I don't like that Gucci down to the socks. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand that music. But I think that's ASAP for don't get me in trouble. Don't tell him I said that. Yeah, go ahead and say what you were going to say.
If you guys out there do anything like that, like I said, send us your stuff. We'll shout you out. That was what I was going to say.
I posted it on the.
We'll post your music.
I put it in our video. I put it on the intro. I might put it on the end. I put a snippet on Instagram because you can't put a whole video on there. But yeah, we will do that for you.
We're all about just promoting the kingdom, and if you're doing kingdom work, gonna help each other out.
Yeah,
gonna help you out.
I love to hear original music, like a lot of the gospel that's out now, people get mad when I say this, but I don't listen to it. I like old school gospel, but I'm not gonna say I don't want to hear it. I would prefer not to hear somebody doing a remake of like
a secular song,
a Ty Tribbett song. So, no.
I personally don't like,
or a newer gospel, whatever. I like to hear original music, but if you do one, I'll listen to it just because it's you.
Never mind.
Say what you were going to say.
I was just going to say I personally don't like when gospel artists take secular music and then flip it around and put gospel lyrics to it.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
I mean, I understand, like, a beat's a beat, and it doesn't matter what the words are. a beat to beat.
The words
There's no.
do matter.
I mean, no, that's not what I meant. What I meant is like there's no such thing as a gospel beat and a secular beat. Like
Right.
a beat to beat. So I get that argument.
God created music.
But like, if there's like a mainstream song out there and everyone knows it as a mainstream secular song out there and everyone knows that song, and then a gospel artist tries to be like hip or something and then changes the words around a little bit, most people that know it as a secular song are thinking about that first. And I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose.
I don't want to
really.
hear about you riding on your praise board.
Oh my god. But I mean, that's all I had to say about that. That's all.
All right, so we're gonna close out now.
Yes.
It's my Ace Boom Kun Keys.
It's Dimitri, my best friend.
And thank you for watching Kairos TV.